Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we're on to taper week now. I've scheduled in two weeks of taper. So this is week 1 of the taper. So I'll just do a quick recap of what's included. Obviously reduced mileage this week. It's all about just maintenance and getting the legs to recover properly. So I'm out on my 3rd run of the week, which is the last run this week, Sunday morning. Let's get on with this run and I'll do my taper week recap. Tapering's a bit of a topic of discussion. Obviously everyone's got a bit of an opinion on do you do it, how long do you do it for, etc. Personally, the research I've found is that basically it's beneficial. It helps the legs recover and you can get up to a 5% improvement in performance if you taper well and taper properly, as opposed to just training right up to the actual race and going straight into the race. So some people do 3-week tapers, some people do 2-week tapers, some people do 1-week taper, some people obviously don't taper at all and they just train and then into the race. So I decided in the middle to do a 2-week from what I found. Again, it's all opinion. Drop in the comments if you disagree or if you've got a strong opinion on a different type of taper and why you do that type of taper and how long you do it for. But yeah, so this is my first marathon training block, and those that have followed along know it's been fairly successful. Towards the end I've had a couple of warning sign niggles, i.e. foot issue, and my hamstring's been flaring up every now and then, so I decided to do a 2-week taper from the start, from the plan. I haven't adjusted it, it's just a 2-week taper now. I felt for me and my personal experience of running that would be the best option. Again, there's no real issue with tapering because it helps the legs get refreshed. Yeah, research has shown that you basically have to do nothing for 2 weeks. The average runner, if you did nothing for 2 weeks, no runs whatsoever, at that point 10 days to 14 days, that's when you'd start to see a reduction in your fitness. So that's when your training would start to reduce the impact. The impact of your training would start to reduce. But obviously if you're doing a taper you're still running, so like I said, I'm still doing 3 runs this week. I'll probably hit nearly 40k anyway, so it's just been slightly reduced mileage, slightly reduced pace, just lets the legs recover basically. So I'm in favour of taper, but again, drop in the comments, are you for tapering, against tapering, how long do you taper for and why? Be interesting to see other people's opinions. But I'm going to get this run done and then I'll drop into do a very quick recap of my 3 runs this week. Okay, so taper week recap. So my first run this week was an 11k trail run. I think it ended up being about 11 and a half time I got back. So yeah, that was in the plan. I've been avoiding obviously trail runs recently, again for my foot issue. My foot's fully recovered now, so I've done a couple of trail runs with no consequences kind of thing, no reaction. So and again, this week's naturally going to be slower paced. I decided I wanted to get on the trails. I think it was on the plan, I'll have to double check. But yeah, I wanted to get on the trails again, so a bit more interesting to things to look at when you're running a bit slower. Road running really slowly is a bit dull at times, so, and I've been doing a lot of long runs on the road recently, so I thought I'd switch it up and get on the trails again. So I did 11k trail. This is on the screen as normal, obviously nice and easy, it's an easy pace. Enjoyable run, I said no reaction. Went out down my normal trail route, but then found a new kind of footpath field and went around that for a bit to explore. So nice and easy, get the mileage in, not at any kind of fast pace, just so my legs are recovering. So that was run 1. Again, the plan was 3 runs this week, and then run 2 was Thursday evening. I did a 16k road run. Again, that was meant to be easy paced, but again my legs felt great. Obviously I'd done one run in like 5 days and went out easy, but legs felt good, so I didn't push it, but I did a steady paced run instead. So I thought I'm fair enough out for the marathon, I'll do a nice steady run. So I ended up doing that at more like a 5-minute pace, which is a steady pace for me. Kind of probably 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10 for the second half of the run. So the first half felt that easy, even though I was running at 5-minute k pace, because obviously my fitness is better. And then the turnaround, I didn't push, I just maintained the pace a little bit by putting a bit of effort in. So that was good though. Deliberately picked an undulating route, which should mimic the marathon course a little bit. Like I said, I did the metric last year, Chester Metric Marathon, which is an out and back on the second half of the marathon course. And again, it's just up and down, there's not a lot of flat. It's like hills, rolling hills up and down, not massive ones, but kind of constantly changing. So I did a kind of a similar route to that. So prep the legs and the head that you're going to be going up, you're going to be going down, you've got to pace yourself. So kind of climb up the hills with short steps and then use the downhills, etc. So that was the second run of the week. So and then now I'm on my 3rd run, my last run of this week for the taper. This is going to be another trail run. Obviously I'm doing one now, it's probably going to be 10 or 12, somewhere in that window. Again, there's no real prescribing this week, it's rough ideas of distances and basically on feel. If I feel like I've gone far enough, I'll stop. If I feel like I've got a bit more in my legs, I can do a bit more, but there's not much benefit now. It's just maintenance really, keeping the legs turning over, stop them getting too stale and lethargic. Obviously they just sit there with the blood pooling, so it's about getting out, keeping the legs turning over basically, yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm on my last run. This should get me somewhere near 40k. I'll do a recap at the end when I've finished the run. I don't know how far I've gone, but yes, that's it. This will be week 1 of taper. I've got next week. The plan is probably a easy 5k on Tuesday, probably a quick blast 3k on Wednesday, maybe even Thursday morning, and then probably a jog Saturday at some point, just to get the energy out my legs. But the jog might not be there, but basically 2 very short runs, no more than probably 10k all week, so up to the marathon. So my legs will be basically ready to go, which is the plan. I want them to be kind of ready and refreshed. I want my head to be desperate to run, so that way the first basically half of the marathon will be, obviously I've got to rein myself in and keep the pace at goal pace, but yeah, I won't be carrying anything, any niggles or any tiredness or fatigue or anything. So that's the point of the taper. So yeah, I'm gonna get this run finished and I'll do a quick recap at the end. Oh, okay guys, run done. So yeah, 12 and a bit K done. I think it was around 5:30ish pace. I'll stick it on the screen. Again, it's just as easy as today. That was the goal. No pace goals, just nice and easy. Don't push too hard. Just getting some more miles in the legs. So yeah, that's it. That's third run of the week done for tapering. So 3 taper runs were planned, 3 taper runs have been done. I think it's about just under 40k total mileage. And like I said, next week's the last week of taper. Next Sunday, week today, is the marathon. So I said 2 runs are planned, a kind of a steady 5k just to get the legs ticking over, and then maybe a brisk 3, like maybe some fartlek or some strides, just pick the legs up a bit so they don't feel too lethargic, get blood flowing around them a bit quicker. And then maybe a jog on Saturday, because I'm not going to run from Wednesday probably. So Thursday, Friday, nothing. And Saturday, if I'm feeling a bit restless, I might just get out for a little jog just to get the legs to loosen off. So yeah, that's it. Taper week 2 next week. Taper week 1's done. So yeah, let's go home now, rest up, stretch, foam roll, etc. as normal. I'll probably drop another vlog or so next week. I'll probably do my kit prep and stuff like that next week, the end of next week, in terms of just before marathon. But yeah, as always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.